This is the live hold foot trap. Critics call it the steel jaw leg trap. They say it's a cruel, crushing device that maims the animals it doesn't kill. In the next few minutes, we're going to take a hard look at a trap that has been called dangerous and inhumane.
Stereotype about the dumb trapper is the farthest thing from the truth, because no other occupation or sport requires such an intimate knowledge of the animal.
Wildlife biologists with the federal and state agencies charged with managing our wild lands and wild animals say the live hold foot trap is an important tool they use for a variety of reasons, including the return of animals like the river otter, lynx, and wolf, long missing from native habitat, back to lands where they once thrived. At the turn of the 20th century, America's rush to clear land and fill marshes, swamps, and streams, coupled with unchecked pollution and unregulated harvest, took their toll on the country's river otter population. By the 1980s, 11 states had no otters at all. 13 states had very few. In 1982, Missouri led the way in river otter reintroduction. Since then, in 18 states, over 4,000 river otters captured with the live hold foot trap have found new homes. Thousands of wolves, lynx, fishers, martins, beaver, bobcat, red and gray fox, possum, and raccoons have been studied, treated, relocated, and released, healthy and whole, thanks to the live hold foot trap. The evidence is overwhelming. Animals captured by the live hold foot trap are released with no harm done to them. If this trap were in fact a cruel and crippling device, wildlife managers would have rejected it long ago. It's not, and they haven't. The live hold foot trap has been and should remain a valuable wildlife restoration and management tool. Contrary to the myth that this trap maims and mutilates animals, the norm is for the animal to hunker down and wait. Some drop off to sleep.
Here you can see that all I took was a little bit of fur off of his top of his foot. Another little female.
The live hold foot trap holds the animal at 2 points, allowing circulation to continue to flow to the foot. The animal is neither harmed nor alarmed. The experience is not much different from the restraint of a pet dog with a leash or tether, only the animal is held by the foot, not the neck. The live hold foot trap is not inherently cruel, sadistic, or inhumane. It's value neutral. This is a fact. It's not debatable. It is in the final disposition of the animal that the controversy lies, not in the trap itself.
Not hurt or anything else. The trap don't hurt them.
Humans will determine the captured animal's fate. It may involve population or health research or inoculation against a deadly disease. It might be to breed new populations. And yes, that fate will sometimes bring a quick and humane death.
Grab her equipment. We'll head up here.
These traps are used by men and women who are serious students of animals and their behavior.
Beautiful thing. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Huh?
Archaeologists call this traditional knowledge. It's the wisdom learned from living with nature.
Think you'd like to get on and run?
I think he's ready.
Just pin him down like that and open the trap. Once I got him loose, I can just leave him run now across the field. Here you go, boy.
Let him go.
Adios.
America's first people had this knowledge. The backwoodsmen, pioneers, and trappers who helped found this country had it too.
Here we had a blind set in this old roadway.
Today's trappers can go into an area and tell by signs what species and how many of each live there.
I picked up a coyote track here the other day. When I set it, thinking coyote might hit it.
They know how an animal behaves, what it eats, how it hunts.
Here's this rub-through rub that I set up, what I call a walk-through rub. First thing we caught was a possum, coon.
They know which animals will step over or walk around a stick or rock placed in a well-traveled path.
Hopefully I'll be able to show you a coyote.
And they place their traps so the animal believes they're part of its habitat. In a country where the majority of the population obtains its knowledge of nature from television, those who share natural lore firsthand are an important minority. Today, thanks to those who know nature's ways, the United States is the world's leader in conserving wildlife and wild resources. We can select wildlife species and nurture them to bring them back from the brink of extinction. We did it with white-tailed deer, with wild turkey, with striped bass, the gray wolf, black bear, and countless other species. The truth about traps and their use is that they play an important role in our effort to conserve wildlife and wild places. There's no question that wild habitat is being lost to suburban development. Unhappily, the resulting imbalance between increasing numbers of wild animals and diminishing wild lands has become a formula for environmental disaster. The live hold foot trap can help keep wildlife populations in balance with the ability of wild habitats to support them. Preserving wildlife and wild places is a labor of love, a responsibility that requires a very personal commitment to the environment. It's a labor trappers perform gladly. Few, if any, are closer to nature than trappers. Their experience with the live hold foot trap is an education in nature's cycle of birth, maturity, death, and rebirth. Young and old alike learn the difference between a healthy ecosystem and one dangerously out of balance. Trapping with live hold foot traps doesn't numb sensitivity toward the beauties of the wild. To the contrary, those skilled in the use of this trap find that it heightens their senses to all things in nature. Humanity is as much a part of nature as the wolf, the bear, the river otter, even the butterfly. We have an obligation and a responsibility to all wilderness and wildlife. Look to the wild, where wolves howl, deer browse, eagles soar, and otters swim free. They now thrive thanks to humankind, and not in spite of it. These animals are with us because wildlife officials care, because trappers use live hold foot traps, because millions of dollars are contributed each year by men and women who love the outdoors to fund our wildlife management programs. These things make possible our continuing enjoyment of the wild experience.